to this video session. I remain Samuel Chukwuemeka, aka Sam Done for Peace, as usual. In this video session, we shall continue our study on two sets. We shall solve more problems on two sets using Venn diagrams. This is in order for you to get a firm hold, have a good understanding of the questions, to see the variety of questions, because they can twist questions on these two sets problems. They can twist questions. So we shall look at the varieties of questions, and we shall use the method we have been using before. We shall use Venn diagrams to solve it. Please, it is highly recommended that you view the subsequent videos prior to this one. This video is a playlist on my website, so it is important that you view the videos in order. Question 1. Of 83 people who work in Boise, Idaho, 43 take the subway, 42 take the bus, and 30 take both the subway and the bus. How many people, A, take the subway but not the bus? So we're looking at take the subway but not the bus. So that tells you it is what? Subway only. Subway only. B, take the bus but not the subway. That tells you that it is bus only. Take the bus only. So they must not write it how many people take the bus only. They must not write it like that. They can also write it this way. C, take either the bus or the subway. D, take only one means of transportation. E, get to work by other means. So if we are solving this problem using Venn diagrams, we first of all write the universal set is how many? 83. First of all, what do we do first? We say let the people that take the subway be S, and let the people that take the bus be B. We need to define it first. We need to define it. Let people that take the subway be S. We don't want to just write S, We need to know what it means. We need to define it. And then let the people that take the bus, be uppercase B. So we have two sets. We have S and we have B. Please don't mistake this as 5. Okay, do not mistake it as 5. It is S. Alright, now the cardinality of course, the cardinality of the universal set. We have 83 people, right? The cardinality of subway, 43. But that doesn't mean it's subway only. No. This means people who take the subway. That is this entire circle here. This entire circle here. Subway. Let me use this chart for subway. Yeah. And then I'll use this chart for bus. Bus is this entire people here. Entire people here. Bus. B. So, now the cardinality of the bus is, how many people take the bus? 42 take the bus. Then, 30 people take both the subway and the bus. So the cardinality of subway intersect bus is 30. So I have my 30 here. I have my 30 here. Now, if I want to find only subway, because how many people take the subway but not the bus? This means subway only. That is what it means. So let me erase this place so I can solve it here. This means subway only. And that means cardinality of what? Subway intersect B prime. Right? And you must not write all these formulas. You must not. I also want to do it by formula as well as Venn diagram. Some of you will just know that everything here is 43. So if you want to find subway only, it is 43 minus 30. I mean, that is the way some of you will do it. And that is fine with me. Okay? Subway intersect bus prime will be cardinality of subway minus cardinality of subway intersect bus. And that will give us 43 minus 30. And that is 13. That is 13. So we have 13 here for subway only. Right? 13. Subway only. Now, for those that take the bus but not the subway, that means bus only. Bus only. Right? That will be cardinality of subway prime intersect bus. And that is cardinality of bus minus cardinality of subway intersect bus. Now that gives us what? This is bus only. So this gives us 42 minus 30, and that gives us 12. 12. You see that? 12. That is B, subway, bus only. Now C, take either the bus or the subway, either the bus or the subway. So when we look at either the bus or the subway, remember the union, the definition of union. It could be subway only, or it could be bus only, or it could be subway and bus. That is what it means, either. So C, this is A, this is B. C means cardinality of subway union bus. Subway union bus. So that is what? Cardinality of, it could be subway only, plus bus only, plus subway intersect bus. That's the way it could be. And this will give us what? This is 13 plus 12 plus 30. And that is 13 plus 12 will give us 25 plus 30 will give us 55. 55. Take either the bus or the subway. 55. Now another way you can do this, another way you can do it, this is one way of doing it. One way of doing it with this formula. We can also do it another way. I like showing you different ways. So whichever way you like, you do. Let me write the next way you can do it here. You could use the formula because with this formula it is just the only. This formula deals with the only. Okay, subway only plus bus only plus both subway and bus. Now another formula you could use is the formula I gave you before in the previous videos. Cardinality of S union B is equal to cardinality of S plus cardinality of B minus cardinality of S intersect B. So if you're going to use this formula, if you're going to use this formula, then it will be 43 plus 42 minus 30. And that will give you a 43 plus 42 is 85. 85 minus 30 is 55. That's another way you can do it. Alright, the next one, D. Take only one means of transportation. D. Only one means of transportation means only subway or only bus. That is what it means. It can't be subway or bus. It's gonna be only subway or only bus. So D will be subway only plus bus only. And that will give us what? 13 plus 12. And that will give us 25. 25 people take just one means of transportation. Subway only, subway only or bus only. Now the next one, the last one in this question, get to work by other means. So other means it's not gonna be by subway and it's not gonna be by bus. That is what we mean by other means. So that tells us that there should be something outside subway and bus, and we can call that X. That means some people who don't use subway and they don't use bus, they could use leg. You know, some folks call it Legacy's Benz. You know, in Nigeria, some people say Legacy's Benz. That means somebody who uses leg. Or it could be somebody who uses a car, or it could be somebody who uses a bicycle or tricycle. Okay? Other means, that means outside subway or bus. Now let's call it X. Now we have to define this X. We'll just say let the cardinality of, this means subway, union, bus, all prime. Now this means everything in the universal set that is not in subway or bus. That is what it means. And let it be X. So we see that cardinality of the subway, union, bus, all prime, which is X, plus cardinality of subway, union, bus, right? Because those who subway, union, bus plus subway, union, bus, all prime will give you the universal set, cardinality of the universal set. Now what does this give us? This means that X plus 30, X plus subway, union, bus is 55. X plus 55 is equal to what? 83. Because, I mean, you can also say 13 plus 30 plus 12. Right? 13 plus 30, or 13 plus 12, 25, plus 30, 55. So the union of this plus outside the union, which means the complement of the union, will give you the universal set. So that means this implies that X is 83 minus 55, which is what? What will it be? 13 minus 5 is 8, and then 7 minus 5 is 2, 28. And that's it. That's it. Alright, we're done with question 1. Question 2. In a survey of 30 students in Mr. C's class, 25 students like vanilla ice cream, 16 students like chocolate ice cream, and 13 students like vanilla ice cream but not chocolate ice cream. You see that now? So 13 students like vanilla ice cream but not chocolate ice cream. So that tells you that 13 students like vanilla ice cream only. Right? Now, how many students like both? How many students like neither? Alright, so Let's define the set as usual. The first thing we do, let's go ahead and define the set. We say let students that like vanilla ice cream be V. Let's call it V. And then let students that like chocolate ice cream be C. So we're gonna still use this. Now the universal set is in this case is what, 30, and I'll write vanilla here. I'll write V, and then here I write C. I write C. So now the first question, it says from the question, 25 students like vanilla ice cream. Okay, let's write cardinality of the universal set here is 30. Cardinality of vanilla is 25. 25 students like vanilla. 16 students like chocolate. So cardinality of chocolate is 16. 13 students like vanilla ice cream but not chocolate ice cream. So this means cardinality of vanilla intersects C prime. Vanilla intersects C prime, and that is 13. 13 students. That's it. So what do we do now? Look now. This entire vanilla is 25. Right? And they want us to find both. So let cardinality of vanilla and chocolate be X. Let it be X. So X. Now, but this entire vanilla is 25. It's 25. And then, but only vanilla is 13. So what is X? Tells you right away what is X. What do you think is X? It's gonna, you wanna find this area here. Meanwhile, everybody here is 25, and then this area alone is 12. So that tells you this area alone is 13. Everybody here is 25. This area alone is 13. So what is this area? I mean, you gotta subtract. Okay? So that kind of tells you what it is. You can just write it 25 minus 13, or we can use formula as usual to do that. So what we do here is, we know that cardinality of vanilla means cardinality of vanilla intersects C prime plus cardinality of vanilla intersects C. Okay? So here we see that this is 25. I'm doing it by formula. So you can take down all these formulas. 25 is equal to 13 plus x. So we see that 13 plus x is 25. This implies that x is 25 minus 13, and that gives us 12. So x is 12 here. And of course, this is 13 here. Now the next one is how many like neither. Now we can say neither to be y. We can put y here. That means cardinality of vanilla union C or prime, because this entire area is union C. So the prime is y, equal to y. Or you can say cardinality of vanilla prime intersects chocolate prime. V prime intersects C prime. You can also do that. So before we find neither, okay, both is 12. Now, but before we find neither, we've got to find chocolate only. We've got to do that before we can find it. So if you're looking at it, everybody here is 16. Everybody here is 16. Everybody here is 16, and this is 12. So what will be chocolate only? 4. So folks like vanilla more than chocolate. Why? All right. So let's go ahead and do that. Cardinality of vanilla prime intersect C will give us cardinality of C minus cardinality of vanilla intersect C. So this gives us a 16 minus 12, right? And that is 4. So we got 4 here. And then if you want to find our y, I think it's now time to erase here. We can now say that cardinality of vanilla union C plus cardinality of vanilla union C all prime will give us cardinality of the universal set. Now cardinality of vanilla union C, but cardinality of vanilla union C will be cardinality of vanilla plus cardinality of C minus cardinality of vanilla intersect C. From the formula I gave you, or you can just do it only. 13 plus 12, 25 plus 4, 29. Yeah, or you can still do it this way. Okay? You can still do it this way. This is a 25 plus 16 minus 12. Right? 25 plus 16 gives you what? 41. 41 minus 12 gives you what? 41 minus 12. 11 minus 2 is 9, and 3 minus 1, 2, 29. So we can now see that 29 plus x plus y, because we say let this be y, is equal to 30. So y is 30 minus 29, y is only one person. Just one student. One student does not like vanilla nor chocolate. One student. Alright, last but not the least, question 3. In a certain year, the data regarding the percentage of 9th grade students who did not graduate showed that out of 50 states, 14 states had an increase in the dropout rate, 17 states had a dropout rate of at least 20%, 24 states had an increase in the dropout rate, and all, this is the bone of contention here. And all means union. And all. A dropout rate of at least 20%. Now, don't be confused about the English. You know, sometimes you see what, and that's what I tell my students. Sometimes you see what problems, and because the English is too long, you just say, you quit. No, do not quit. Because when you start reading the English, you know, some problems are just written to make you to quit. So if you quit, that means you have achieved the aim of the person who set the test for you. You want to conquer the person who set the test for you. You want to conquer the test, right? So don't quit. Because when you begin to read it, some of those English is not needed. It's not needed. So you might want to paraphrase it if it's too much, or you can just underline the basic keywords. You know, underline the basic keywords. You know, identify the basics and then underline the basic keywords so that you do it. You know. So A, it says how many states had both a dropout rate of at least 20% and an increase in the dropout rate. B, how many states had a dropout rate less than 20%? You see, less than 20%, okay. Here is at least 20% means 20% and above. Now, the less than 20%, but an increase in the dropout rate. So that tells you that it's increase in dropout rate only. That is what it tells you. So what we do is, we have to, first of all, the first thing we do is to define the alphabets we will use and kind of make this simpler. We have to make it simpler for us so that we can solve it. Now, what are the two things that I'm talking about here? Increase in dropout rate and then dropout rate of at least 20%. So we just say, let students who have increase in dropout rate, B, let's call it ID, okay? Increase in dropout rate, or IDR, increase in dropout rate. And then let students who had a dropout rate of at least 20%, let's call it DR, dropout rate, DRL. Just let's call it dropout rate of at least DRL. All right. So see what we do now, folks. The universal set is what? Out of 50 states. So 50 because they say 14 states, 17 states, 24 states. So universal set is 15. Now we have the first one, IDR and then DRL. So IDR, increase in dropout rate, and then dropout rate of at least 20%. So we see now that the universal cardinality of the universal set is 15. Then 14 states had an increase in dropout rate. So cardinality of IDR is 14. That doesn't mean it is only them. Then cardinality of DRL is 17. Now 24, look now, let's look at 24 states. 24 states had an increase in the dropout rate and or dropout rate of 20%. So that tells you that and or is this. And or is everything here. Everything here is and or. So everything here is 24. So that tells you that cardinality of IDR union DRL is 24. That is what it tells you. Union that is 24. Now, how many states had both a dropout rate of at least 20% and an increase in the dropout rate? So let's call it X. Let's call it X. So cardinality of IDR intersect DRL. Let's call it X. Now we see that if we do that, then we have to work with only, because only IDR plus only DRL plus both IDR and DRL will give us the 24. That is the way it works. So let's find this only. So cardinality of IDR intersect DRL prime. DRL prime will give us what? 14 minus x. So this is 14 minus x. Then cardinality of IDR prime intersect DRL will give us 17 minus x. 17 minus x. So this is 17 minus x. Alright, so let's go ahead and find the union. So we see that let's go ahead and find the x, the intersection. The intersection. So we see that cardinality of IDR intersect DRL prime, that is only this, plus only IDR, plus cardinality of IDR prime intersect DRL, that is only DRL, plus both, plus cardinality of IDR intersect DRL will give us the cardinality of IDR union DRL. You can also write it the other way around. You know, you can make this this is on the right hand side. You can switch it and make it to be on the left hand side. It does not matter. So once we do this, what we got, folks? What do we have? We now have that 14 minus x plus 17 minus x plus x will give us what? 24. So minus x plus x, bam, bam, is gone. Bam, is gone. Now 14 plus 17 is what? 31. 31 minus x will give us what? 24. If we bring this over here, take this over there. Now this means that 31 minus 24 is equal to x. Right? So 7 is equal to x. So this implies that x is 7. Our x is 7. So this is 7. And if this is 7, what is this going to be? 14 minus 7, which is also 7. And what would this be? 17 minus 7, which is also 10. We have even answered, I think, the B part. 7 plus 7, 14 plus 10, 24. Yeah. Now we still have those who did not do it neither, but they did not ask us that. The next question is, how many states had a dropout rate less than 20%? Remember, this is dropout rate of at least 20%. Okay? So less than 20%, but an increase in the dropout rate. Okay. So this is dropout rate of at least 20% DRL. So less than that means increase only. This only. That is what it means. You know, at least, if you say at least 20%, it means greater than or equal to 20%. So when you say less than 20%, okay, but an increase in dropout rate, that tells you that it is IDR only. They are looking for IDR only. So when you say less than 20%, okay, but an increase in dropout rate. So this means what? IDR only. And that is cardinality of IDR intersects DRL prime. And that is 14 minus x, which is 14 minus 7, 7 states. 7 states, that is it. Okay? Alright, thank you so much for listening. Please watch out for other videos on 3 sets. Okay? Thank you so much for listening. And you have it.